Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. We're glad you're here for our Montreal and Quebec City Christmas preview. I'm Greg Berry, Director of Communications in the Office of Alumni Affairs. A disclaimer, as with any virtual event, occasional hiccups may occur. If you experience any video or audio issues, simply click reconnect, or refresh your screen to return to the presentation quickly. I'm going to go ahead and put up a quick slide here for you. The trip we're highlighting today is one of several we already have scheduled. We also have experiences that'll take us to Hawaii, Ireland, Norway, and France. You can check out all of those upcoming trips by visiting alumni.uab.edu/travel. So at this time, I would like to introduce Jennifer Powers, Business Development Manager for Premier World Discovery. Jennifer, welcome back.
Oh, thank you, Greg. Appreciate you having me today, and so excited to be presenting this trip on Montreal and Quebec Christmas. You're definitely in for a treat.
And the platform is yours, Jennifer.
Great, thank you. So this trip is going out December 7th, departing December 7th through the 12th. You are definitely in for a treat. But as Greg mentioned, my name is Jennifer Powers, and I'm with Premier World Discovery. I've had the opportunity to travel the world. I've got 2 continents left, but I always love traveling during the Christmas season. It can definitely be a magical experience. A little bit more about Premier World Discovery. We were established back in 1999. We have memberships in USTOA, which requires us to post $1 million bond, as well as memberships in American Bus Association, National Tour Association, and the Better Business Bureau. We also carry a $5 million liability insurance policy. So what is USTOA? That's the United States Tour Operator Association. We're one of 54 elite members of this association. And what it does for our travelers, it provides our travelers a 1 million travelers assistance program, really to protect that financial investment in travel. We offer quality tours and unique itineraries, over 80 plus worldwide itineraries, quality hotel accommodations. We use 4-star properties, but on this itinerary, we're using 5-star properties. Professional tour directors. There is a full-time tour director that is with you 24/7. They're the specialists in the area that we're traveling to. We're going to travel in style. We will be flying round trip into Montreal. Then our mode of transportation will be by motor coach, but also we do have a portion of rail that we will cover. Very inclusive of sightseeing and admission, so all of the must-sees, must-dos are automatically included. And we offer those unique and cultural experiences as well. Breakfast daily, welcome and farewell dinners, and themed meals are included. Round-trip airfare is included out of Birmingham, but you can request other gateways as well. If you have not received the brochure yet in the mail, I will give you information at the end of this presentation on how you can request a 4-color brochure. It will give you all of the details as well as a reservation form. So our program departing December 7th through the 12th of this year. As I mentioned, we're flying round trip into Montreal, motor coaching up to Quebec City. Actually taking the train up into Quebec City, but we will be motor coaching back down to Montreal for our flight home. So this is a shorter program, 6 days, 5 nights. We're going to do 2 nights in Montreal, 3 nights in Quebec City. We'll have a Montreal City tour. We're going to visit the underground city, the Notre Dame Cathedral, the Via Rail train experience from Montreal to Quebec, the Quebec City tour, Montmorency Falls. We're going to visit the Montreal Christmas markets as well as the Quebec City Christmas market, also the Quartier Petit Champlain and the Giles Copper Museum. 5 nights accommodations. This is definitely the highlight here, folks. We're doing 2 nights at the Fairmont Queen Elizabeth in Montreal and 3 nights at the Chateau Frontenac, which is pictured here on this slide, in Quebec City. Yes, that is the Chateau Frontenac. A total of 7 meals are included, 5 breakfasts and 2 dinners. And we will start in Montreal. Montreal, a French-Canadian city that is really brimming with culture, festivals, amazing foods, and lots of outdoor activities. It was home to the 1976 Summer Olympics. It was the first Summer Olympics ever held in Canada. And just so you know, they do get quite a bit of snow. They get 60 days of snow each year. But as I mentioned, one of the highlights, we will be staying for 2 nights at the Queen Elizabeth Hotel. It's a rather new hotel, which was completed back in 1958 and was built by the Canadian National Railway. It has a little over 1,000 rooms, 21 floors, beautiful public spaces. And as a TripAdvisor person wrote, just entering the Queen Elizabeth during the holidays puts you in the best mood. Everything is so bright and festive. And definitely deck the halls, that's for sure. On site, there are 3 restaurants and a bar. Many of the holiday decorations are inspired by the chef. He makes a giant gingerbread village as well as a chocolate sleigh. So in Montreal, we will have a Montreal City tour. Now, Montreal was built on a 30-mile long island and sits on the St. Lawrence and the Ottawa rivers. 9 bridges surround the city. It's the highest number of restaurants per capita in Canada, and the second highest after New York City in North America. We will see Notre Dame Basilica. The original one dates back to 1672, but the one standing now was built right across the street in 1829. You may remember that Celine Dion was married here back in 1994. There are over 1,100 stained glass windows. It's definitely a Gothic gem. And we will visit Jacque Cartier Square. It's really the main street in the Old Port area. It's the heart of tourism in Montreal. Again, very magical here. We'll see the Jacque Cartier Bridge, one of the 11 bridges that connect into Montreal. McGill University as well. It's a public university which was founded in 1824. But 24% of McGill's students hail from more than 140 countries around the world. We will see Mont Royal, which is named for Montreal. It's a triple-peaked hill in the heart of Montreal. I love those snowmen built right there at the top. We will also see the underground city, which is a series of interconnected tunnels beneath Montreal. There's 20 miles of tunnels. That's where everybody goes during those winters and 60 inches of snow. But they deck the halls as well. Lots of shopping. You can have a little time here. And then a visit to the Montreal Christmas markets. We will visit Old Town Montreal, which was founded in 1642. And the settlement was home to 600 colonists. There will be dinner in Old Montreal. And then we will be off to have our rail experience on the Via Rail. It's Canada's national passenger railway and provides daily service from Montreal to Quebec City. There is actually this is a 169-mile journey between the two cities. It's going to take a little over 3 hours. Travels along the St. Lawrence River area. And there is beverage service and snacks that are available for purchase, complimentary Wi-Fi. And then we will arrive in Quebec City. 95% of Quebecers speak French, and the city was built in or founded in 1608. It is the third oldest city on the continent. And I would have to say this is one of the biggest highlights of the trip. We are going to stay 3 nights at the beautiful Chateau Frontenac. It is the most photographed hotel in the world. This property will definitely put you in the holiday spirit. It was opened back in 1893. The interior, again, is decked out with all of those Christmas decorations. You'll see beautiful marble staircases, carved stone, wrought iron, and also the avenue of the trees in the lobby once we arrive. The hotel has 18 floors, over 600 beautifully appointed rooms, 3 restaurants inside the restaurants. And in Quebec City, we will also have some leisure time. You can stroll through old Quebec City, which was established in the 1600s and is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You can see in the background, that is the funicular. And right at the top, I don't know if you can see that little peak there, that is the Chateau Frontenac. So you can take the funicular right down into old Quebec City. So you'll have time to explore the area, do a little shopping, indulge in some local flavors. And a lot of people ask me, why are you putting a picture of an Irish pub in this presentation, Jennifer? It's because historians estimate that about 40% of the population in Quebec is of Irish descent. So they love their Irish pubs there. I highly recommend that you take time to enjoy a traditional high tea experience that you can get at the Chateau Frontenac. Or you can enjoy a caribou coffee, which is like an Irish coffee, or a Monsieur cocktail, kind of like Glühwein over in Germany. So we will have time where you can do dinner on your own in old Quebec City. It's a piece of Europe and Canada without getting on that long overseas flight. And we will have our visit to the Albert Giles Copper Museum, which really shows the work of the artist Albert Giles. He was one of the main designers of the beautiful copper roof on the Chateau Frontenac, where we'll be staying. He was born in Paris and mastered the art of sheet metal embossing. Now, after the tour, we will try our hand at this art. And then we'll be off to Montmorency Falls, Canada's highest waterfall. Yes, higher than Niagara Falls. There's a suspension bridge that you can see at the top of the picture, which is accessible in winter. We're not going to have time to do the extension bridge, but just to put things in perspective of how grand this waterfall is, at the bottom of the picture, where it looks like you see a bunch of ants, those are people. And we will have a city tour in Quebec, which has North America's only walled city. We will also see the plains of Abraham Battlefield Park, where the 7-Year War happens, and also the Citadel. It's the largest British-built fortress in North America. It took over 30 years to construct. I always like to throw a picture in my presentations of some local restaurants. They love their Kentucky Fried Chicken up there, but they put it in French, Poulet Frit Kentucky, also known as PFK versus KFC. And then Tim Hortons, also a very popular Canadian restaurant chain known for its coffee, donuts, and I do believe, I can't place it right now, they have just opened one here in the United States. We will also have the opportunity to learn a little bit more about Quebec maple taffy, also known as maple brittle. You'll also have time to visit one of the many bakeries, maybe enjoy a croissant, and when you have dinner out on your own, you can enjoy some poutine, which are the fries with the gravy on it. And then one of the other highlights is a visit to the Quebec City Christmas market, a great holiday destination. TripAdvisor reader wrote here, "It is so enchanting. It is the real feel of Christmas." And then we will have a final farewell dinner that we have planned for you at a local restaurant decorated with all of the European holiday flair. So again, this program is a total of 6 days, 5 nights. We're going to do 2 nights in Montreal, 3 nights in Quebec City. We'll have that Montreal City tour, visit the underground city in Montreal, see the Notre Dame Cathedral, take the Via Rail from Montreal into Quebec, also have that city tour in Quebec City, visit Montmorency Falls, the Montreal Christmas Market, as well as the Quebec City Christmas Market, the Quartier Petit Champlain, and a visit to the Giles Copper Museum. The program does include round-trip airfare out of Birmingham, 5 nights accommodations, a professional tour director, a total of 7 meals, motor coach transportation, as well as your train, also admissions and sightseeing per the itinerary, hotel transfers, and baggage handling. Average temperatures up in Montreal and Quebec, quite chilly. So you'll be able to wear those wonderful wool Christmas sweaters that you have stashed away in your closet. So the average high in Montreal is 27. In Quebec City, it is 23. Passports are required and should be valid 6 months beyond the travel date. They do use the Canadian dollar. Also, you'll be able to get the Canadian dollar coin nicknamed the loonie as well. That's a nice souvenir from Canada. So again, this departure departs Wednesday, December 7th through Monday, December 12th. The regular rate is $42.99 per person based on double occupancy. If you make your final payment by check, you'll get $100 off, which makes that $41.99. And final payment is 90 days before departure. As I mentioned, $100 off per person or $200 off per couple. But I have a special today. If you sign up within 7 days of this presentation, and I'll show you how you can sign up. And I also think that Greg put that information in the chat box as well. So if you sign up within 7 days of the presentation, that booking discount goes up to $200 per person. So that's $200 per person or $400 per couple. Please note, you will need to ask and tell them you'll need the double 26, or you can just say, I'm signing up with a double booking discount. I need my $200 off. So next, reservations are on a first come, first served basis. Right now, we only have 10 seats. This is a combined departure. There will be other universities and colleges traveling on this same date. Deposit would be $400, and final payment is 90 days before departure. So if you have not received your 4-color brochure in the mail, you can email my inside coordinator, Melissa Grant, with Premier World Discovery. Very easy email as far as her name, M as in Mary, M as in Melissa, I should say, mgrant@premierworlddiscovery.com. And for reservations, there are 2 ways. You can either do that online, but if you want that double booking discount, go ahead and call our office. That phone number you can see here is 877-953-8687. Again, that's 877-953-8687. So I will leave that screen up as well. But again, if you need a tour brochure, please email Melissa Grant at our office. Again, mgrant@premierworlddiscovery.com. And you can also call the Alumni Affairs Department and reach out to Greg and his team as well. But again, that reservation phone number for Premier World Discovery is posted here as 877-953-8687. And I'm going to hand it back to you, Greg.
Fantastic. And we'll go ahead and keep this screen, the slide right there for the moment being. If anybody does have questions about this trip, drop them in the chat. We'd love to address any questions you may have about the Montreal and Quebec City Christmas. I did drop in the phone number for booking, as well as the phone number you can reach me at. You can also just email alumni@uav.edu. So when it comes to this trip, how much free time is built in?
You'll see on the itinerary that there is some built-in free time in the evenings. You do have some dinners on your own, but specifically you want that free time when you're up in Quebec City. This used to be a 2-night program in Montreal and 2 nights in Quebec City, but the demand was so great to stay another night and to have some more free time in Quebec City. We did add that additional night to make it a 3-night stay. So you do have a lot of free time at leisure to explore the area, taste the food, have some time to do a high tea experience, shop, do some Christmas shopping as well.
All right, so it's going to be snowy. I think you said 60 inches or 60 days of snow.
Yes.
What should we pack? What do people need to be wearing?
Well, you're definitely going to want to get the winter woolies out for sure. So I know for us in the South, we may own one sweater, one wool sweater, I should say, right? But layering will be a key on this program. I always travel with layers. It may be a light layer underneath as far as maybe some silk long underwear and then a long sleeve shirt over that. And then some fleece, for example, and then my winter coat. So that's what I would recommend. Bring the mittens, bring the hat, bring some hand warmers, and you'll have time to go inside. We're not going to keep you outside a lot unless you want to in your free time.
You're bringing me back to my days growing up in Minnesota.
I bet.
Wow. So when it comes to walking, you said indoor, outdoor. What is the level of walking or physical activity for this particular trip?
This would teeter between a 3 and a 4.
Okay.
Because some of the parts in like Montreal, the old city, for example, and up in Quebec City as well, especially when you're walking around old Quebec City, that's the only way to get around is by walking. But again, there's that wonderful funicular that actually connects the Chateau Frontenac, brings you down into the old section of Quebec City, Old Town Quebec City, to where you can do a little walking around, and you don't need to actually walk all the way down from the Chateau Frontenac into Old Town, because you have that funicular. But yes, I would kind of get that mindset. If you've traveled to Europe before, think about it from that perspective, a European experience, because really you do feel like, especially when you're going up to the province of Quebec, Montreal and Quebec City, it's French speaking. If you've been to France, you're going to feel like, boom, you're right back there in a heartbeat. So yes, lots of walking involved as well.
Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing this presentation. I am going to be posting this online, so if you want to rewatch it, go ahead and jump online. If you have questions, you know how to reach either of us based off the information that you saw. Again, thanks so much for being here today.
You bet. Thanks, Greg.
You are so welcome. To register for this trip, you can easily just go to alumni.uab.edu/travel. Just a quick note for today's audience, this webinar was recorded, as mentioned. Once it's online, you'll get an email with the link so you can check it out or share it with others. Now, before highlighting upcoming webinars, we'd like to remind you of some of the other upcoming alumni experiences that we have. Escape to Paradise on our Hawaiian adventure, a 3-island journey in January that's filled with unforgettable moments, or discover the magic of the Emerald Isle on our Irish Splendor tour just before St. Patrick's Day. We also have opportunities to celebrate the holidays in Montreal, Quebec City, as we have been talking about for this last half hour. Explore the majestic fjords of Norway and soak in the elegance of the French Riviera. You can join the growing number of alumni travelers and start planning today by visiting that link, alumni.uab.edu/travel. Now, before you head to your next destination, protect your investment with Travel Insurance Select. Flexible plans help cover the unexpected, and when you enroll, you're also helping support scholarships through the program. Travel smart and travel protected. Find out more at alumni.uab.edu/travel protection. As for the next 4 webinars on tap for you, join us for the following. On July 28th, we're going to start a series on artificial intelligence with everyday AI, smart tools for work and life. August 13th, the second of that series, good, risky, or unknown, the ethics of everyday AI. August 27th, we're going to wind it down with behind the screens, what AI-powered care means for patients. And lastly, September 18th, come back for From Powders to Performance, what's worth it, what's not. Register for these at alumni.uab.edu/events. As we wrap up, we'd love to hear from you. Your feedback is going to help us improve and shape future webinar topics. Just scan the QR code on your screen to access a brief survey and share those thoughts. Once again, thanks so much for joining us. And as always, go Blazers.